Salut tous le monde, and welcome to another installment of Interesting French Verbs with Dr. Sager. Today, we're going to take a quick peek at the verb voir, which means to see. I love the verb voir. It's an interesting verb. After all, who doesn't love a good French verb? And voir is definitely a good French verb. It's an interesting verb and has a long history. It comes from the Latin verb vedere, which means to see. Vedere is also the root of the French words voilà and voici, which today kind of mean when you say like, oh, voila, or voici, there it is, see it, like, voila, there it is. What's interesting is voila and voici literally mean see there, for voila, voila, see there, and voici, see this or that, voir and see. So voila, see there, and voici, see this or that. For me, really interesting, and I'm sure totally riveting for everyone else as well. But really, what I want to do today is take a look at the verb voir itself. It's an IR verb, V-O-I-R, so it is part of the IR verb family, but it's also an irregular IR verb. It does some interesting things, as we'll see. So when you're conjugating the verb voir in the first person singular, so with the pronouns je, tu, il, elle, and if you're using gender neutral option, el, so je for I, tu for you singular, il, elle, he, she, or it, and el if you're using a gender neutral option. The verb voir conjugates regularly. It follows the regular IR rule. The voir becomes je vois, V-O-I-S, tu vois, V-O-I-S, and il, elle, el voit, he, she, they see, V-O-I-T. Where it gets tricky is when you're conjugating it with plural pronouns. When you're conjugating voir in the plural with the pronouns nous for we, vous for you, as in all of you, and il, elle, or el for they, this is where the verb voir starts following its own rules and kind of goes off the rails. So when you're conjugating using nous or we, so we want to say we see, you would drop the IR off the verb voir and add YONS. So it becomes nous voyons, we see. When you're using the pronoun vous, again, you drop the IR and add YEZ. So it becomes vous voyez, you see. And when you're conjugating with il, elle, and el, they, you drop the IR and add IENT. And it becomes il, elle, or el voit. Again, it doesn't follow, that's why it's an irregular verb. It doesn't follow its own pattern, which makes it kind of interesting. And again, something that you just have to kind of know. So I'm going to post, so as you'll see on the screen somewhere, once I figure that out, I'll have the conjugation. So again, the verb voir, which means to see, conjugates like this. Je vois, I see, I am seeing. Tu vois, you see, you are seeing. Il, elle, el voit. He, she, it, they see, are seeing. Nous voyons, we see, we are seeing. Vous voyez, you see, you are seeing. Il, elle, el voit, they are seeing or they see. Again, voir is just a verb you kind of have to know. Luckily, it's not the most tricky of the irregular IR verbs. There are a lot more that are that follow really odd rules and are just really, really weird. Voir is a verb that is a bit weird, but you can still take it to a dinner party and not feel too embarrassed by having it around. So this has been another installment of Fun French Verbs with Dr. Sager. I hope you've enjoyed and it's very helpful for you. Take care. Au revoir. À bientôt.